Hey Basshead, July 22nd, 2021, it's apparently your birthday. We're going to go ahead and from today start to build a Google Sheets list of the best Basshead earphones on the market. They all are going to be evaluated using the same track. They're all going to be boosted at the same spot. They're going to be recorded as to how many dB of elevation at 55 Hertz they can get to before they audibly distort. This is similar to what we did with headphones. I've been looking around as far as Basshead ranks. I don't agree with them, and I don't think that they're really doing it the right way, so I'm going to go ahead and do this myself. Now is the time. Let me take this out. That's going to be the thumbnail for the video. I love this picture. It's going to look like this so you understand. It's going to have the name of the item, and then the video I did for the item will be linked to there. There will be a graph that will be on my graph tool. There will be an approximate price for how much you got to pay. There'll be the configuration, and then next to that will be something different. This will be how many dB of elevation at 55 Hertz using the Piece APO EQ it could take before it reached audible distortion. Like it started to go. Once the driver starts to distort, not only does it not really perform more, it goes backwards. The performance of the driver is kind of destroyed. When does that happen? Back the throttle back 2 dB and you're kind of in the safe zone. Work the same with headphones. It does the same with earphones. So right here will be how high at 55 Hertz that set could go. That's giving you your headroom. How much Basshead do you want to go? Do you want to go a little bit? Do you want to go a lot? This will be the key area to look at, because this will tell you how much room you've got to go. We did the same with headphones. Then next to that will be a description of what it sounds like at that point. When you're at the maxed ability of the driver before it starts to audibly distort, what does the mids and trebles sound like at that point? Are the mids gone? Let's be very careful right here and be clear. If you have separated drivers taking care of the mids and they sound like they're gone, they're not gone. They're doing the same thing they were doing before you started to mess with the bass. You just can't hear them over the bass. That's the way that goes. You don't take a driver that's crossed over and taking care of a separate band and it suddenly doesn't work. You just can't hear it. That's your perception ability. You can't hear the mids. But perception is reality, so we'll discuss what that sounds like, what's gone, how gone is it right here. And then we'll talk about here what it sounded like out the box. Lightly Basshead leaning set, sound like potential, had great treble, and then maybe over here it says that the mid sound kind of gone, treble is, top of it is audible, like the tips of V, kind of. We'll describe that. So the name of the set, the graph of the set, the price of the set, the configuration of the set, the amount of gain that was able to be applied at 55 Hertz before audible distortion, what that set sounded like at that point when it's back down 2 dB. I don't want to, if talking about what it sounded like when it's distorted, it's just going to be, sounded like shit. Copy, paste, copy, paste. No, back it up 2, and then what does that sound like? And then also, what did it sound like out of the box? And that will be a list. It's going to be one track, because this has to be very simplified for the person that is watching and looking at the list to go and, what is that track? Let me get that track. Let me try that out. Let me get the Piece APO because that's free. Let me spend a little bit of my time like this dude did and go ahead and listen to that and crank it up. And yeah, I can hear what he's talking about. I actually don't need that much bass. Let me go ahead and look down on the list and find something else. So I'm going to make it easy for a Basshead to navigate the waters of audiophiles or people that don't actually like bass giving their 2 cents to you and wasting your money because they don't believe that much bass has any point in existing. They've never been to a concert and stood on the left side closer to the bassist amp because of their seating. They've not been to an orchestra and a half shell that's shooting the whole string section right through their body. They don't know that because they got into this hobby in their 40s. They've never been to a live show. They have some kind of problem with bass. Maybe it's related to hearing. Maybe they're just assholes. I don't know. This list is not for them. But it is for them to not have influence anymore, like with the headphones Rex, which made no fucking sense at all if you listen to actual music with low frequency. Those Rex were crap. The Ultrasone Pro 900, holy shit. That had rapid decay, almost no sub bass, and people were calling that the god of headphones until I came along. So we're going to go ahead and clean up this mess in the earphone hobby, and bass heads are going to be taken care of by a person that has a history in the bass head community. I'm one of the OGs of that. And again, that term comes from car audio, where you've got separate drivers dedicated for all the things. That it comes down to the bass taking over the rest of the replay. The mids don't go away. They do actually, so perception is reality. But keep that in mind. Dynamic driver is probably not going to hold up as well as a hybrid, and a hybrid is probably not going to hold up as well as a tribrid, as I've discovered with the up, because the more you separate, like a car audio, the more you allow for the elevation, and if the tuning of the rest of it's right, it's just how long till that overcomes and overwhelms the rest of the replay, which prior to that elevation was good. So we're going to get into all that. Look forward to that. It starts today, July 22nd, 2021. And reviews for bass headsets. I'll put it in the title, so if you're interested in just that, you'll know when you look at the title that it's a video for a bass headset, and I'm talking about 55 hertz and how far we went up, what it sounded like, and I'm reviewing it like a bass headset. It'll be mixed in with my regular reviews, okay? And I'm out.